Petri dish, the 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 Petri dish. All right, so it's this is the Petri dish. It's the only show that exists exclusively in my mind, and you're all made up. There's something growing in here, and it's some sort of fungus. We went over it last week. I'm crusty.
Yeah.
I found out recently, actually, that it's not my fault. I have to look this up on my phone real quick. I actually have a skin condition known as hidradenitis suppurativa,
Okay.
which isn't exactly about my neck crust, but it gives you like giant. I always just thought that I was like extra greasy and gross and I needed to shower more, which is why I got like zits all the time.
Yeah.
Because I get like gnarly zits in like my armpits and like along my thighs and on my butt that are like a $50 size, and they'll just like shoot pus out. Welcome to the podcast, guys. First 5 minutes, we're talking about my pussy wounds. No, but I just thought like, oh, I guess I just sit around being gross too much, which is true currently. But even when I was like exercising daily and like 100 pounds lighter than I am now, I was still getting that shit. And I was like, what is happening? And then a random TikTok ad was like, hey, you gross fat bitch, you've got a skin condition. And I was like, whoa, thank you. And I looked it up. There's no cure. And also it is exacerbated by obesity and smoking.
Oh,
I was like, you can't just tell me my two biggest vices create this, but it's fine. I've got, all my recent butt wounds have begun closing.
Nice.
I got my standing desk all set up so I don't have to sit too long whenever I inevitably start my job, which has not started yet, even though previously we thought that I was supposed to have already started. They did, however, mail me a big stack of electronics, so that's they're not trying to ghost me.
No. Yeah. That's good.
So that's what's growing in here. Electronics and boils.
Yeah. What did you get as far as the electronics go?
They gave me a laptop, a whole monitor, keyboard, mouse, and a little like a USB headset. So like I'm set up. Yeah. So I was thinking of getting a new desk, one of the Vera desks that you can raise up and down. So that I'm not like forced to stand for 8 hours a day. It's like an option.
Yeah.
Because that was a mistake, making a standing only desk and then getting extra fat.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's where we are. There's something growing in here, and it's only me. I'm gonna make myself, in the words of Paul F. Tompkins, fat as a house.
Okay. Did he do that?
It was he has a whole bit on one of his older albums about when he worked for Best Day Ever and was just like stress eating and was unpopular, and he tried to make someone get him a girdle in the in the clothing department, and I was like, I feel that. I could wear a girdle right now.
Yeah. That used to be part of our football pants that were girdles. And it had a bud pad slot in it. And I wore it like 8th grade, and that was it.
I've always said football players were at the forefront of male spanks, because that's all football pants are.
Yeah.
It's like they go like up to your fucking nipples. They suck in everything. They're supposed to make your butt look good on HD TV, so
Yeah.
they're doing it right.
Yeah. 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 So what have you been up to this week?
Oh boy, let's see. What have I been doing? I found out I was supposed to start my new job this last Monday. And that Monday rolled around. I had my alarm set for 5:30 a.m. because I'm supposed to be
Oh,
working East Coast time.
oh,
So I'll be on more your time in my
cool,
everyday life. Uh,
cool.
so I wanted to be like ready to go 6 a.m. in case they like
Yeah,
called me and they were like, I hope you're ready to log in. And I'm like, ah, but that wasn't the
yeah,
case because they were apparently still going to mail me a laptop. Um,
yeah,
well, I woke up, waited till like 7:30 to email them because I didn't want to be like first thing in the morning on Monday being like,
right.
how come I'm not working yet?
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
but I sent them an email like, hey, haven't heard anything about the start date. Just want to verify, like if things are still going. And they say, like, if you don't hear anything from us by Wednesday, let us know. We'll get you squared away. And then Wednesday rolls around and I get an email notification saying, like, oh, the job is mailing you something through UPS. And I was like, okay, cool. That must mean like they're sending me my onboarding package. So
yeah,
I didn't say anything.
yeah.
Friday rolls around, the package gets here. It's just a headset. It's just a little Logitech USB headset and nothing else.
Oh, wow.
So I emailed them. I was like, "Hey guys, I got a headset in the mail. Nothing else so far. Just want to know if I'm supposed to start soon with kind of like just a headset and like, I figured I'd plug it into my computer and then they'd send me
Yeah,
a link to like their training portal or like their HR quizzes you got to do to prove you're not going to sexually harass anybody.
right.
Um, and then they're like, no, we'll get you connected with somebody. So I get an email saying, hey, they're still processing your paperwork, which like
Oh,
I was born in America. I have
yeah,
sent you my driver's license, birth certificate, and social security card.
yeah. What do you want from me?
Yeah, like I would have to do a lot of work to fake those three things.
Yeah, uh-huh,
Uh so
yeah,
instead they tell me you're going to start April 14th. So 2 more weeks from now
uh,
I'll
yeah,
actually start my
yeah,
job.
yeah.
Which hey, I'm not mad about it. I got a gig coming April 10th. Now I just get to spend a Monday in the Bay without having to like work out
Ooh,
of one of my friends' apartments. So
yeah.
I'm
That
excited.
yeah, that's pretty awesome.
That means
Yeah,
I also get to just have like a stress-free Easter, you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the
What
main
kind of
bulk.
yeah, what kind of gig is it? Is it a music gig or is
Oh
it
no, it's yeah, comedy gig. My buddy Jesse Head out in the Bay
okay,
set me up at his new weekly show out there called Mirthquake, I believe is the
oh,
name of the show.
okay,
Which I loved. I saw that little Instagram thing and I was like, "Hey, saw you had a thing. Love the name. I'm going to be in
yeah,
town this day." And he was like, "Of course." So, I'm excited.
yeah, yeah,
Um
that's great. Yeah,
yeah, and then
yeah.
on top of that, I get to do the Laughs Unlimited Pro Am showcase in Sacramento because
Okay,
technically I am still an amateur comedian. Uh
nice.
I think once you hit 10 years, then you get to call yourself a pro. So 3 more years,
Okay,
and I'm going to start just calling myself a professional comedian.
yeah, yeah, that's fair.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It doesn't matter that I've had to pay taxes on that shit for like 3 years.
Oh,
God damn.
oh, really?
Ever since I was hosting at the Carson Nugget back in 2018, that was forever ago. That was
Yeah,
actually like 5 years ago. God
yeah,
damn.
yeah,
Uh, yeah. So like, I was getting physical checks, and they were like submitting those checks to the
yeah.
government, and so I had to be
Okay,
like, yes, I made this money. And
okay,
then like I've gotten a few like corporate gigs through Gig Salad, so like I've had to I got my books. I got my books right where they need to be. So I'm still like, hey, I spend like 3 grand a year trying to do comedy and I don't
yeah,
make anything close to that.
right, yeah,
So they're fine. Everything's fine.
that's
I don't
cool.
have to pay for
Yeah,
the
yeah,
taxes. So
okay, yeah. I mean, that's what I was concerned was that you were paying taxes to do comedy
God
because I
no.
was like, that's bad.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
specifically learned how to do my taxes really well so that I don't have I've been doing them for my band and for comedy for like the last 5 years because I'm like, "Hey, put a lot of money into this shit, and the least the government could do is
uh,
subsidize me back."
yeah,
Even if it's only like $30. So,
yeah. Hey,
guys, learn tax loopholes. They exist not only for Republicans. You
right.
just gotta Google it sometimes. Don't let
Yeah,
those bastards win.
yeah, because 'cause they're trying to
Mhm.
in in terrible ways.
Really terrible ways recently.
Yeah,
There's I seem to I don't I really don't like looking at the news, but it's really hard to escape that there's an indictment happening, which is
yeah,
exciting. But
yeah,
I'm not excited for it. The same reason that everyone was like, Donald Trump got impeached and he still got to be president for the next year after that. I'm like,
yeah,
an indictment means nothing. He's just not going to go back to New York and like send his sons to go do business. Like it doesn't
yeah.
mean anything.
I mean, the my me the only thing I know that it could affect is that it could stop him from running in 2024, and that would right,
Yeah.
yeah, and
And
the
that would be
only
funny because he's still gonna try because he's not like smart enough to know that like you can't
yeah,
be indicted a fuckload and still be like, now I get to be president again, right?
yeah, 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 exactly,
Fun
yeah,
times.
yeah,
Uh I feel like I did something else this week and I'm trying to oh I saw on Twitter there was like I don't follow Jeopardy on Twitter, but
uh-huh,
Jeopardy's Twitter found its way to my feed, and they were doing
uh-huh.
a thing where they were going to donate like some amount of money for every person that took the Jeopardy quiz this year.
Oh, wow.
So I took the Jeopardy quiz.
Nice.
And I will say, I wasn't in my most sober state, but
Oh,
honestly, I feel like I did better because I was just sitting there like, yeah, I got this. And like they ask you 50 questions, you get
okay,
30, 20 or 30 seconds for each one.
okay,
It's like you got to read, you got to type it in real quick.
yeah,
I did not type it in question form, so I hope they don't put that against me.
mm,
I just typed my regular answer. If I was on the show, I would absolutely what is Dear Evan Hansen for them, you know?
right,
But like
yeah,
they had a good swath of questions where like I was like 5 in a row where I was like, I don't fucking know shit about Gilgamesh, you know? Like
yeah, yeah,
but then there was other ones, you know, like Broadway musicals and like certain literature things where I was like, oh, I got this. I'm gonna say it's not the best grade, but I think I got like a good 20 out of the 50. It's not
oh,
half. I think you
hey,
gotta get like at least half to get a call back, but
okay. That's pretty good, though. Jeopardy is hard.
it is. But
Yeah,
the thing that made me mad, I get done with all the questions. I'm feeling good. It was a fun time. I
yeah,
figured because they like ask for all your information that they would then email me saying, "Hey, here's how many you got right."
oh,
They don't. They withhold your answers and they just
oh,
email you saying, "If you did good, we'll call you."
okay,
That's not
that's yeah,
I I did not take the Jeopardy quiz thinking I'm going to get on Jeopardy. I don't belong on TV. They know this.
yeah,
Especially because some of my answers, when I really didn't know it, I didn't want to leave them blank. So I would just type in wild shit.
yeah, no,
Because I think if you can prove that maybe you won't be good at Jeopardy, but maybe you'll make Jeopardy a bunch of money off of YouTube clips, you know?
yeah,
Nothing interesting has happened in Jeopardy since Ken Jennings said hoe instead of rake like 20 years ago. So
oh,
Family Feud has taken over the market on clips of Steve Harvey reacting to people's answers.
yeah,
You know, in fact, that's what
yeah,
we're gonna talk about game shows now because I
okay,
I I love game shows. Big fan of the Game Show Network when that was going consistently.
Okay.
But so I tried out for Jeopardy, didn't go so well. And then instead, because I may have been in an altered state after the Jeopardy quiz, angered by the fact that I was not going to get my score, I
Yeah.
just started watching compilations of people saying wild shit to Steve Harvey.
Oh.
Because no other game show, or at least that I know of, puts
Yeah.
out clips as consistently as the Family Feud like official YouTube. They have their own. It's not like done by a separate party like a lot of the fan edits are. It's like Family Feud official puts out real fun clips.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
if anyone is bored and has several ounces of weed to blow through, may I suggest Family Feud on YouTube?
There's also a 20-minute supercut of uh, um, Wayne's World that a friend of mine recently sent me, and it's great.
I
I
love fan edits on YouTube. They're so good.
okay, yeah, yeah,
Wayne's World would be great because, like, speaking of Mike Myers movies, sometimes I don't want to invest the 90 minutes it takes to watch a
right.
whole movie, but I always got time for like 22 to 30 minutes. I I just watched an Austin Powers best of all three movies. It was like 28 minutes, just the dumbest shit, him backing back and forth in the hallway,
Yeah,
like fucking fighting Mini-Me, all the shit. It was so funny, and I did not have to watch 3 movies worth of
mhm,
Austin Powers. I just got
right.
the good shit.
Yeah, yeah,
YouTube really is a buffet, you know?
it is. It is.
There's a lot of shit people don't do well, but then you get to go in there and be like, oh, yes, I'll have unlimited prime rib. Thank you. I don't care if I'm about to have a heart attack.
Yeah, I want to go to that buffet. Yeah, I I've
Yeah.
never been to an unlimited prime rib buffet.
Well, you got to come back to Reno. We're going to do it up right.
Okay,
We'll get you
all right.
prime ribbed up. They got a little jus station, a little horseradish, little,
Ooh,
so much good stuff.
yeah, that sounds great to me. Yeah,
It's the
yeah,
best.
yeah,
I live in excess all at all times. So
yeah. Good.
I I just realized I'm gonna have pizza like 3 times as of today this week.
Oh, well, pizza's good.
It is, but really, you should only be having pizza like once every 2 weeks,
Oh,
at least in the amounts that I am eating it, because I am eating
oh,
one entire pizza.
oh,
I This is a bit that I've been trying to think about how to work on, but
okay.
essentially, I think of every food item
Yeah,
as one unit, one serving. I know they slice pizza into like 8 to 16 pieces. That is still one serving of pizza to me because it is in one box by
yeah,
itself. I'm going to eat that
yeah,
shit.
yes, I agree.
The same way that if you can shove all of it into that one giant McDonald's bag, that's one person's meal, even if it's several Big Macs. I just
How
think
how many Big Macs is it?
you can fit you can fit 6 Big Macs in a bag, not including the fries, but the fries come in a separate bag that you can choose to eat or not. If you take a
Yeah,
couple fistfuls, if they're going bad on you,
yeah, yeah,
if you don't get any ketchup,
yeah,
but I'm here for the Big Macs, which,
yeah.
Jostin just reposted that classic video of me scarfing down a Big Mac in one bite.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I saw that recently,
Oh.
and and did you do it? Did you? Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it was, I still
that's aw
remember we were we were we were doing what we usually do, just getting high and watching YouTube. And this was years ago at this point, back when Jostin actually still lived with us. But
Yeah.
um we were watching, I think it was LA Beast. And he was doing like a charity. He's a guy that eats gross shit on YouTube.
Okay.
But one of his earlier videos was him being like, "Ooh, Big Mac in 1 bite challenge." And he like did it.
Yeah.
And he looked like
Okay.
he was really struggling with it.
Okay.
And I was like, I looked at Jostin and I was like, I could I could eat a Big Mac in 1 bite. That's not even that big of a feat. And he just looked at me like, what are you talking like? He's like, that's not a thing a normal person says. Like, I bet I
Yeah.
could eat a giant triple decker fucking
Yeah.
hamburger in 1 bite.
Yeah.
So I Uber Eats 2 Big Macs, one practice one because I wasn't exactly sure if I could do it. And Jostin gets the video camera ready, and I just have the first one, and I'm like, I got this, and I just house that shit. And the second camera was not rolling. Second one, still shoved it in 1 bite because I was like, I'm a champion, like I just proved I could do it. In the second one, I was like, for glory.
Hardcore. Yes. Yes.
So yeah, I'm about that life.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to like rip that video and like put it in as a clip with
Yeah.
part of this podcast for people because
Yeah.
honestly, it's one of my greatest achievements. I still remember some of the friends that I met in comedy that like became, wonderful friends. It was
Yeah.
because I was at the library, bored out of my mind, and I just walked up to a table of strangers and I was like, "You guys want to see me eat a Big Mac in 1 bite?" I just showed them the video. It worked.
Yes.
So, it's
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else in comedy that I've done that was as well received as that. I forgot that got put into Savage Henry, the magazine. I took stills of me eating the Big Mac. I have it. I have it here.
Okay. That's cool.
I have it here in a frame.
That's awesome.
It was like the
Yeah.
full, it was like the full back page of the magazine, that issue.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So hey,
That's
buy me Big Macs, everybody. I'll house them in front of you. I
yeah.
still got it.
Yeah. Bobby still got it. Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck. What's the amount of food that you can remember eating where you went, oh, I might die? Have you ever had that?
Well, yeah. Hedonism.
Hedonism.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. I'm the king of it.
Yeah. Um, I like I've eaten multiple pieces of cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory,
Those are big slices too. Hell
and
yeah.
they're rich.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a
So
good one.
yeah.
Sweets is tough because like, at least with
Yeah.
a man of my carriage, I'm always afraid like, so I've already voiced my opinions that a box is 1 unit.
Right.
I've ordered donuts before. It's not a good outlook to have when you have like 14,000 calories worth of donuts in your hand to be like, these are all bite sized, So
Oh, that's awesome.
there's
I
been
love
times, yeah, there's been times I've gotten donuts. I've eaten like 4 of them, and I'm like, don't be eating half a box of donuts right now. I had already eaten a third of a box of donuts. Don't eat half a box of donuts. This is for a group of people. This is for an office building of people, and I am eating half of it without blinking. So
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
there's been times that like, that's why I personally do not order donuts anymore. If they're
Okay.
around, I will eat some, I'll grab two, being like, fuck yeah, I love donuts, let's get it. And then I will wait hours for anyone else to eat any amount of them before I even go back for another one. Because I'll destroy that shit.
Yeah.
Just like I destroyed over 30 tacos at the Potentialist workshop one time for Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, okay. Weren't you eating tacos as bite size?
They were bite sized. If you take a regular street taco, it folds in half, and then you fold it in half again, it's the size of a singular Dorito. And if you're going to give me margaritas on top of that, I can't control what I do when I am fueled by alcohol, especially around tacos. This is all just a really fun way to say, like, I've got the craziest eating disorder. Other people have the sad ones. I have the impressive one.
Yeah.
Where I watch the hot dog eating competitions and I'm like, good job. I don't think I could make it to 40, like.
Yeah.
But I am confident, and I have made it over 8 hot dogs before.
Oh, really?
And the only reason I didn't go past 8 was because the last few I was getting wild.
Oh.
When one of my coworkers was having a Super Bowl party, and there was hot dogs, like cheesy potatoes, all manner of shit. And I was getting to the point where I was putting cheesy potatoes as a smear over the hot dog and fucking eating that shit. So like, I'm like spinach and artichoke hot dog, fucking cheesy potato hot dog, which I think makes it count as like 4 hot dogs, because that is an insane thing to do.
It's got to be something added to it. That's a multiple hot dog situation. You're multiplying hot dogs there. Yeah.
Some people have natural talent in like real sports.
Eating is now a sport.
It is now a sport, and I, for one, get very sweaty. So I count it as exercise.
Oh, have you ever just made videos of you eating extreme things?
I haven't, but that could be fun. I never wanted to go down that route, even though watching people eat shit on YouTube is like my main thing I watch.
Okay. Yeah.
But like, there's a guy who's like an impressive like competitive eater. His name's Matt Stoney, but he's just like a little dude, and he'll be like, oh, I'm gonna eat everything on the McDonald's menu, and I'm like,
what?
Okay. Yeah. Like, ooh, you're eating 12 burgers. Like, that's what I order when I have a movie to watch, Like, I'm gonna go to the drive-in movie theater with my van smelling hot like McDonald's.
Yeah.
Jack in the Box's munchie menu, where they're like, oh, we put curly fries on this croissant sandwich. I'm like, I can do that myself. You don't got to charge me extra money for it. You got to do that anyway.
Yeah.
I think there was one time I remember I got really into, I think you were still living with us when I was super into ordering Noble Pie wings.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very good wings.
Yeah. They were at one point like my favorite fucking wings to get.
Yeah.
And so I would get the 2 pounds of wings as my standard.
Okay.
And one time, I think we had got done at 3rd Street. Okay. And I was very intoxicated. And I was like, I need 4 pounds of wings.
Oh, God.
So I ordered 2 pounds, 2-pounders of wings. And I was so out of it with the amount of wings I was eating, I thought someone poisoned them.
Oh.
Okay. I thought someone like put fiberglass in there to fuck with me. It's just I was ingesting so much hot sauce and garlic, my mouth was like, stop it! No more!
I still haven't had those kind of wings anywhere else, and those are so good. Yeah,
Yeah, because they do like
it's
that Basque style sauce.
uh-huh, it's
So good.
so good.
So
Yeah,
good. Fuck,
yeah,
I might have to do that tonight.
yeah. Hey, you
Oh,
can get the with it.
I can't do that tonight. I have a whole other pizza to eat.
Oh, okay.
My family just went down to Vegas. I didn't go because I didn't have anything to do down in Vegas. I had no business. But they brought back a Giordano's pizza for me, which is that
Okay.
Chicago place that makes not deep dish. It's like a stuffed pizza because it's got two crusts.
Oh,
Real good.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that,
Oh,
but
well,
that's good.
essentially, I'm gonna eat two pizzas stacked on top of each other and say it's one pizza.
Nice. Okay, yeah,
What they do is they put it in like a pan that's like this deep. They put the
uh,
crust in there, and they're the kind of thing that does like sauce on the top. So the
okay,
bottom is where they put a fuckload of cheese and whatever toppings you ordered. My favorite is meatballs. So
oh,
they put a bunch of cheese and meat down in the bottom half, and then they put another crust on top of that, more cheese, and then cover all that in the sauce on top. Uh,
okay.
and I'm gonna get diabetes.
Well, don't do that, but
I'll
you'll
try
probably
not to.
yeah, you'll probably get gout though.
It sucks because I have been trying to exercise the past few weeks, like just,
Yeah,
hey, I'm gonna go out and go for a little walk around the park or a walk around the block,
yeah,
and then just try to like stay active cleaning stuff, like, oh, do some dishes, go out and clean my
yeah,
car out. Uh
yeah.
and every time I do, my legs don't want to work the next day. Like
Oh,
the tendons in my ankles get real angry, and I gotta wear a hard boot for like 3 or 4 days.
oh,
So I'm like,
well,
I have to get less fat before I can even exercise. It's crazy how my body works.
yeah, yeah,
It's so
yeah.
insane. I'm too fat for exercise, is what I'm saying.
Well,
I didn't think it was possible. I would watch 600 Pound Life and watch those fucking Wally dudes
yeah,
walk down their 2 steps, walk to the end of their walkway to the sidewalk and back, and they'd be
yeah,
like, woo, exercise. I come to my standing desk to edit a video for 2 hours, and then I gotta wear a boot for days.
yeah, yeah. That's crazy. You are huge though,
Yeah, that's
not
the thing.
in a bad way, like in a big and tall way. Like you just are physically a big person. You really are as big as a professional football player.
That's true.
Yeah,
It's crazy
yeah,
because like human muscle and tendon doesn't
yeah.
get stronger when you're bigger.
No, it does.
It's like it's all the same size. So
Yeah,
like I think I talked about it on the podcast maybe a couple months back. But like when I was having heart problems, like the doctor looked at me and he's like your heart is bigger than normal, but I don't know if that's cuz you're big. And I was like, you're going to charge me how many hundreds of dollars to say this shit to my face?
yeah, yeah.
I had to get an EKG, and he's just like, maybe your heart's big because you're big. Maybe your heart's big because you're about to die. Go home, $400.
Okay.
Man,
Shit.
fuck the doctor.
Yeah.
Fuck the doctor. Fuck exercise. Only pizza.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah,
It's some
no.
yeah.
Uh,
You know
yeah.
what?
We gotta. Hell
Yeah.
yeah, healthinism.
Yeah.
Getting healthy.
Yeah. Do you have a rowing machine?
I don't. I don't have enough space for it, but
Oh,
like
okay.
I'm gonna once I actually get to start my job, I'll be getting a gym stipend, so I'll be able to like go to the Planet Fitness down the way and use their shit.
Good.
Ugh,
Good. Yeah.
but that's 2 weeks from now. So much can happen in 2 weeks.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So much.
But that's good that they give you one.
Yeah, I'm like
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad that I got with this company because like they've already showed that they care about me not burning out all my own personal electronics.
Yeah.
And they're gonna make investments into my future health. I'll fuck with them for a while.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I Yeah, you should. I agree with you.
If
Yeah.
I hope I don't ever get fired because I don't plan on leaving this one.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
my plan with the last job, and then they threatened to lay me off for months, and I was like, "No,
Oh,
I'm just gonna leave."
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. What about health did I want to talk about? There's there's many different avenues to get healthy.
Yeah.
I haven't found them, but they are there.
Yeah. Yeah.
The last time I got any sort of healthy was like 2019,
Okay.
and that was mainly just like because I had nothing else to do other than go to work, then go to the gym, and then go home.
Yeah.
And it's like I wasn't really fucking with comedy that heavy, so I was like, I don't need to go to an open mic, and I just go to bed at like 8 p.m.
Oh, yeah. That's not the best
Yeah,
time.
it's
Yeah.
like that wasn't the healthy way to be healthy. It was just isolation.
Right.
So
Yeah.
like I'm trying to still be like sociable and do things again because I kind of forgot how because over the entire like 3 years of being inside pandemic style
Yeah.
I realized I'm super autistic but very good at masking
Oh,
uh according
okay.
to according to some internet tests because
Oh,
I took the like are you autistic test and they give you like points out of 120 and if it's higher than 70 they're like that's a high likelihood and I got like a 40 so they were like oh look you're not but then I took their second quiz that they made recently which is
yeah.
how well are you at masking your inside your head processes like
Yeah.
what do you not let leak out into the world and I scored I'm not going to say I scored a perfect score but if we were
But
taking the SATs I could have gotten into an Ivy League college of autistic masking.
nice. Okay.
So like
Yeah.
I've been trying to grapple with that like oh so I'm really good at faking being a person.
Yeah.
How do I use that? I've already been using it. How do I
Right.
not do that? So I've been spending so much time being like, okay, so I have to make myself less pleasant in order to be healthier in my
Yeah.
mind and not like burn out trying to like fucking be regular in front of everybody. But at the same time, it's worked so far. Like I know I'm gonna go crazy and burn out again. It happens. It happens a
Yeah.
lot. But like
Yeah.
if I drop the mask and nobody likes me, maybe
Yeah.
do a little bit of masking. Like it's like
Yeah.
maybe just turn on the superpowers like 40%.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to
Yeah.
find that sweet spot of like being able to talk to people and empathize and like have conversations
Yeah.
while not sacrificing the very core of my being, which is usually I don't want to be here and I firmly believe no one else does. And this dance that we call society is crumbling around us, no matter how many pleasantries we shove into it like a Thanksgiving turkey. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
I know you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Right. Yeah. today there was one of my roommates was she she wouldn't hook her seatbelt up right, and I was just like, "You can't be this helpless," and just and was like, "This is useless," and I was just really belligerent about it, and I felt like an asshole afterwards, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Every once in a while, like, I'll have a reaction to something
Yeah,
and then, like, know immediately, like, technically I'm in the wrong, even
yeah,
though they're fucking up and it's
yeah,
fucking with me. I'm supposed to be able to process this, but at the
yeah,
same time, what the fuck are you doing? You know, like,
yeah,
I'm like, at a certain point, anger is real and valid,
yeah,
and you just have to be like, okay, I just have to suck this inward because I don't want to be an asshole. But this
right,
person's really fucking testing
yeah,
the limits here.
yeah, yeah. That
Rec-
was like me today. I was just like, it was too much, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's I don't I don't like driving as much as I used to
Oh, yeah, that's
because
fair.
like I didn't drive almost for a whole year during the pandemic. I just like wouldn't go anywhere. So like I
Huh,
felt a little out of practice and then
yeah,
Nick died in a car crash. So I was like fuck
right.
cars, you
Yeah,
know? And so like now I just think everyone on the road is either out to kill me
yeah,
or running some sort of insurance scam
yeah,
or dumb enough to exist in a world where they think Donald Trump should be president. So
yeah,
like it's one of those three things. All of them seem malicious and I want them dead. And
yeah,
I'm like, my car insurance is good enough that I
yeah.
think if we crashed into each other, I could prove it was your fault and fist fight you in the street. And then by the time I reckon with all this chaos in my brain, I am at my
Yeah,
destination because it was usually just like a grocery store 3 minutes away.
nice.
And I'm like, I shouldn't be on the road with the amount that I want to fight people in the rain.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like just some like 5'2" dude hopping out of his lifted truck, and I just like put him under his own wheels and put his car in neutral. Like, this was your destiny, you know?
Yeah,
And I'm just trying to like buy sweet potatoes. Like, I don't
yeah, yeah,
there's just so much happening in my brain at any one time that I'm like, I what do I
yeah.
let out? What do I let out, autistic mask quiz people? What is acceptable in society anymore?
I have no idea.
So I'm
Not
gonna
me. I'm not acceptable.
yeah. Yeah, if I mean honestly, if we were 60 years ago, you'd be in a sanatorium and they'd just be like operating on you without anesthesia. Like I'm glad we live in today's society where we have like a little bit amount of empathy and people
Yeah.
aren't saying shit like babies don't feel pain until they're like 3 years old. You know, like doing crazy shit like that. Fuck.
Yeah, yeah,
Every
yeah.
once in a while I'll think society has never made progress and I'll think like, well, sanatoriums don't exist anymore. So that's pretty cool.
Right. Yeah, yeah,
Uh, and I
yeah.
guess that's healthinism.
Yes,
Uh,
bringing it back.
yeah. So, moral of the story: me and Jonathan suck, and our brains don't work properly. But
Yeah,
that's your fault, society.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. We
Ah,
know.
we'll
Yeah,
figure it out.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh shit. Let's
yeah.
see. I fuck. I don't know. I kind of ran through everything that I got. You got anything
Oh,
fun happened to you
wha
this past
I
week?
I got a copy of Saves the Cat, this book. It's about screenwriting,
Oh hell yeah.
and I read a chapter of it, which is a big deal for me because I haven't been able to read more than 2 pages in a while.
Solid. Hey,
It's already like 20 pages in almost in one sitting, which is a big deal.
that is that
So,
is 10 times more than your usual. That's not bad.
right. Yeah, yeah,
You read
yeah.
an amount of pages of hot dogs that I could eat. That's a good amount.
Yeah,
I've been trying to read my
yeah.
screenwriting books. I got one. I forgot what
Okay,
it's called. It was one that I had from my screenwriting class in college like 10 years ago.
okay.
But it's like it has at the end of every chapter, it has like a writing exercise they want you to try. So I've been trying to
Yeah,
like read a little bit, get to the thing, and like
yeah,
do the prompt. I did like 2 prompts and I got like sick of it. So
fair
I
enough.
gotta dive back into the book.
Yeah,
But it's given me the motivation at least to be like, if I'm not gonna read this book, I at least just have to start writing and
yeah,
then fix it later once I have
yeah,
more knowledge.
yeah. That's one of the things I wanna go back to school for is, like, like, do an English major just so it forces me to write.
And there's they'll teach you a lot of great techniques. Like
Yeah,
I that's the same reason I became an English major in college is
yeah,
because like I started off in band and then I was like, I don't want to have to fucking do marching band.
yeah.
And then I went to theater and then they were like, you're not allowed to just act. They make you do either stagecraft or costumes or
Oh,
something. And I was like, I don't want to do that shit. I just wanted to do theater, which they
yeah.
didn't like. So I quit all that and then instead just became an English major because I was like, at least they'll teach me the tools I need to keep doing what I'm doing, but slightly better. And so
Okay.
like
Yeah,
it was just a lot of like, oh, we're gonna go to the art museum here, and then
yeah.
like everyone pick a piece in the art museum and like write how it makes you feel, and then we're gonna turn it into like I think it's called an ekphrasis piece. It's like a word based art form based off of a physical media that you can see with your eyeballs instead. So like
Cool. Yeah,
there's a lot of
nice.
fun things.
That's cool. But yeah, I wanna go back to school, but I've gotta get better at reading, you know?
Nah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
I
I
hey, I
got
got I got by without it, even though one time one of my
yeah.
professors wrote on my final, "Did you even read the books?" I didn't, but I got a D in that class and there was no follow-up one that I had to have a C for. So
Yeah,
my degree stands.
nice. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not an academic, but
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
not everyone needs to be.
No,
Some of
no,
us are born to create and
yeah,
eat.
yeah. Because 'cause we're hungry.
We're hungry, sometimes for
Yeah.
knowledge, most of the time for hot dogs.
Yeah. Oh, I love hot dogs. There's
Same.
a there's a place in North Carolina that I think has the best hot dog that you
Ooh,
can get, and it started in the hometown that I grew up in.
sweet.
Yeah,
Well, next time I'm out there, we'll have to grab some hot dogs because
yeah,
that sounds fucking dank.
yeah. They're very good. They used to toast well, they still toast the bun, but they used to wrap it in, like, wax paper, so it would be a toasted bun, and then it would steam just as part of it, and it would be so good, so
I
good.
love a good steamy dog.
Yeah, mhm,
There's a place in San Francisco, or it's not directly in San Francisco, but it's in that Bay Area called
uh-huh,
Casper's, and it's
oh,
based off of this like German immigrant family from Chicago brought their Casper dogs to the Bay and have been
oh,
going since like 1919. It's like
wow,
the lady that was serving us was like
yeah,
70 something years old and had been there since like that location had opened. Best hot
yeah.
dog I've ever had. Holy shit.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah, it was
I
so
mean,
good.
I'm open to new hot dogs. Like, don't get me wrong, I just think a dairy hot dog is the best hot dog I've ever had. I've had a lot of hot dogs. There are a lot of good hot dogs out
That's not how you spell that at all.
there.
I almost put 2 M's in that shit.
It's okay. Yeah. Hot dog supremacy. Yeah, call me a hot dog supremacist because that's who I am.
I just think that like more food should be given in tube form.
Yeah.
It's a good although some people I was listening to a podcast that I like and they accused one of the guests of only eating dick-shaped foods. And that made me think like, man, honestly, like I would think about it for a second and be like, no. It's like
Yeah,
burritos, hot dogs, that shit's all the best.
yeah,
So
it is.
I'll eat.
Yeah,
I'll eat. They could make hot dogs look exactly like real dicks. I would still eat them because they are delicious. They could put the little fucking head on there, cut a little hole at the end, and be like,
yeah,
"This is 100% hog dicks." Put some fucking onions on that shit. I'll eat it.
yeah, yeah. You gotta have some onions.
Oh god,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
so mad at Costco because I understand during the height of the pandemic why they would take away the shit that people can touch.
yeah.
But now they have begun having higher, cleanliness standards. So put
Oh,
the onions back out. I want my fucking onions, Costco. They took away the deli mustard. They took away the free onions. Now there's no reason to eat their goddamn hot dogs. I'm not going to Costco to get a normal sized $1.50 ketchup and mustard dog. Fuck
yeah,
that shit. I want a foot long hot dog I can
yeah,
slather in deli mustard only enough to adhere the godless amount of onions I'm going to put on top.
yeah,
Give me onions, Costco.
yeah, yeah,
Ah.
yeah, yeah,
Pizza's still good.
yeah.
Oh
They, I didn't have Costco food until I went to the West Coast,
man.
and it was very good. It was all very good.
And it's still, even with all the inflation going on, still like $1.50 to get a hot dog and a drink. So
Yeah,
I'm not gonna fault them too much because Costco, you pay
yeah,
your workers good. I think they're allowed to unionize, and your hot dogs are still cheap, as they
yeah,
should be.
yeah,
So they're gonna survive.
yeah, yeah. Costco is a good company. Yeah.
When I was really down bad looking for a job, I applied to Costco and got an immediate no.
Nice.
Because they want people with like actual customer service experience and like who have done the job before. I was like,
Yeah,
I could be nice to these assholes. Let me have a fucking job for like $16 an hour. God damn.
yeah,
Go to the optometrist in there for cheaper prices. Fuck, it would be so nice to work for Costco. Eventually, I'll do it. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna get in there.
yeah, yeah,
Even if it's only part-time. I'm gonna get in there, Costco.
yeah. Who knows? Yeah.
Uh you got anything cool coming up? Anything you gonna
Oh,
learn to juggle?
no, but this Friday, my parents are picking me up for the weekend, so I'm really stoked about that.
Y-
I'm gonna get to go home and spend time with them.
Oh, sweet.
And yeah, yeah.
It's always nice to
So
just have like a chill home weekend where you're like, it's not like I don't have to live in my filth for like 48 hours.
honestly, uh, I I'm post accident. I've kind of cleaned my act up a little, so it's not super dirty.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm getting my shit together, Bobby.
Slowly but
What's got
surely.
yeah, right.
Are you
Yeah,
even gonna be you anymore?
I that yeah. I mean, we'll see, but
I think that's what this podcast will unequivocally answer is yes.
yeah,
It was like Man, no matter what life throws at us or what we throw at ourselves,
Yeah.
we kind of just stay the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still eating hot dog sandwiches until my heart breaks, you know? That's
Don't do that. We wanna keep
oh.
you healthy, Bobby.
Hey, the other day I ordered a large pizza and I only ate half of it the day that I ordered it, and I saved the
Ni
other half for breakfast the next day. So,
nice. That's
slowly but
great.
surely.
Yeah. 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 I mean, mainly, like, post-accident, pre-accident, I didn't give a shit about anything. I really didn't. And then, like, after getting hurt, I think more about sustainability and the longevity of things, and a lot more than I used to. So,
Hell yeah.
it's altered my perspective.
And that,
It re
hey, if anything, that'll be good for your writing.
I hope so. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I wrote that thing that you read, and I'm trying to read Saves the Cat and figure out how to turn it into a screenplay of some sort. That's my goal.
The only advice I could give is just imagine that you are the camera and just close your eyes and dictate the scene that you see in front of you, you know, like, ooh,
Okay,
this person does this, and then we see this car pass by and they do and it's just like eventually you're like, oh,
okay,
that was just 5 pages of me describing a thing. Get real David Lynch about that shit. You can cut it
okay,
out later.
okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, sounds good. I mean, yeah, I have no idea what writing really is about. I just feel drawn to it,
Hey,
you
you
know?
know,
Yeah,
if anyone knew what writing was really about, we wouldn't still be studying it. So,
okay, okay,
as long
yeah,
as you're doing it, you're doing it.
okay, yeah,
Let's see. Guys, don't forget about watching me at Mirthquake in San Francisco on April
yeah,
10th.
yeah,
Laughs Unlimited for the Pro Am Showcase on the 18th. I'll have to check that date, but I'll be advertising it. There's also like a ticket link for me personally to show that you are there for me. So we'll get that figured out. I have a
okay,
music show in May, but it's just a solo thing, and I don't have all the details quite yet. But it's gonna be one of my usual brewery shows. So keep an eye out for that.
yeah.
Any recommendations that of things people should check out, Jonathan?
I don't have anything, other than go to the open mic in Durham on Friday at Dirty Bull Tavern. That's where I wanna be, and that's where I would be if I could be.
Hell yeah. East Coast
Yeah,
people, go do that.
yeah,
And if you're
yeah.
not on the East Coast, get your fucking flight figured out right now and go do that.
It's not that serious. Don't fly to for an open mic.
It would be really funny if somebody did, though.
It would be.
We just have like an insane fan who none of us
Yeah,
know who's flying to
right.
fucking open mics to meet people. Be so funny.
Yeah,
Uh Shout
yeah,
out to Reed. Do it. Do it, Reed. Fly out to North Carolina.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, let's land this plane. This has been the Petri dish. Don't forget, every Tuesday is a dish of us to you.
Yeah.
Do it.
Pew!